Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to another edition of Sipping Off the Cuff. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there is.
Jay Silverman here in sunny Arizona.
Yeah, what's the weather like in Arizona? What's here? Have you got? We're still in springtime here, but in Arizona, there's only two seasons: hot and
It's
hotter.
been good. It's been nice and mild this year. Nothing too hot, which is great.
Excellent, excellent.
Been cool mornings.
Well, here's something that's going to cool off your palate. And this is a brand new tequila for us. Received this brand, their shipment to us. They were so nice. They sent us a double shipment of the Blanco Repo Añejo. This
Got
is
our own personal models.
yeah, really nice. This is called El Patriarca, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm trying. It's some of these words are really tongue twisters. The patriarchy, the patrimony, um, and I gotta tell you, we flipped over the Blanco, loved it. What a great look on this. You know what I love about the bottle? And I know this is a stock bottle. I've seen it before,
Right.
Jason, but I love the hand feel. Remember,
Yeah, no,
remember
it's definitely like
the old bottles of Herradura? Remember before that it was all brown formaned? Before they brown formaned it and turned it into a bottle of Jack Daniels? You know, that's what it reminds me of. It's got the nice rounded shoulders. It's got a good hand feel. You're bartending now, so you tell me this is a great pour, isn't it?
yeah, I'm back to bartending. Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, you gotta be able to grab that handle and go for it. And no, it's got the right size. Um it's versatile. It's got that just to me, it's just a nice traditional look of you know, it's a little bit of a throwback, and I like that style. It really reminds me of Mexico. It's not like your typical just bottle of on the shelf. So
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah. It gave, and I know that I looked at when I looked at the branding when it first came to me late last year. I thought, wow, that's really an old school look. I wonder if it's an old school tequila, and sure enough, it is. At least the Blanco is,
Well, when
because
you
it
hear about the tradition of the family growing agave since the 1920s and what they've been doing all these years, and ingrained in their culture. So it's definitely a true classic traditional approach to tequila brand making, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, you know what? Let's
Tequila
pop the
making, I should
let's
say.
pop the cork. This is one I think may have had a problem with. Now we talked about this in the Blanco review. Yeah, see, you're gonna have this happen. It's a wooden
I'm going to
knob.
try to open it in a careful manner.
Yeah.
Mine's looking fine, but there might be a little bit of
Well, this one,
separation, and that might have been from the heat back in October, which
yeah,
is my fault. But mine works out great. But
good.
coming to Arizona on a truck and rattling around is probably a part of it because
It, it's
I
not
was pretty hot
uncommon.
when I received these bottles. There's still a heat wave going on.
Well,
And
now
then,
this.
unfortunately, with all the moving, I've been delaying the tasting, so I apologize for that. So we're
Hey, well,
finally getting to it.
we're gonna put you through your paces, so you're gonna suffer badly. You and your liver are gonna suffer again. This is a synthetic cork, but it's not black like the Blanco. This is one of the other colors. They come in black or they come in like a neutral, like a beige or something. So be aware, folks, if you do get um, this brand, you find it online or you pick it up wherever it's available. You may have some cork issues, but just be careful. Just be careful. It's for those of us who've been around a while, it's not uncommon. It happens. So here we go. I'm gonna pour mine in a
Yeah,
stasso.
mine worked out fine, but
Good.
you can see how the two parts could become separated, and you can just always put it back together. Or some,
Or you
in
know what?
this case, mine works out fine.
Keep a spare cork around. That's why I got several different size corks because you never know when you're going to have a cork issue. I poured mine in my Stasso Jarrito that I normally use for mezcal, but I like this for reposados. Look at the color on this, Jason. Look at the color, Jay. First of all, in the bottle, you think it's gonna, it almost looks like an añejo.
You
And
almost think that's a darkened glass bottle, but it's not. It's clear. It's a
yeah,
gorgeous. it's a really gorgeous amber gold. So they
Yes.
definitely took their time aging their reposado and to the to the darker side, and the time spent in the bottle. There was definitely some patience involved with that. They weren't trying to rush it out to you. So
No, no.
after the family's been making tequila and collaborating with the Don Julios and Salzes over the years, I don't think there was any rush to get this into the bottle. They took their time. It's
No, they
gorgeous.
did. And
Cool.
I, it came through, it shined through in the Blanco. What else are you getting? What are you getting on the nose?
Let's see. Get this. Ooh, it's butterscotch, agave, and caramel, but nice roasted agave, butterscotch, and hint of vanilla.
Oh my God,
Oh,
really?
that's nice.
Wow. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, now it's deep. I will tell you that the color is deep. I'm looking at Legs and Tears right now, and it's as thick. We love the mouthfeel of the Blanco.
Oh, that is. It's a very subdued,
Wow,
um,
wow, wow.
rounded aroma. You don't get that unfortunate alcohol that you sometimes run into in younger brands. This is a refined process they're using.
Well, the Blanco had enough alcohol in it. I didn't mention it in the review, but it had, you look for alcohol because what alcohol does, the molecules actually present the other aromas that should be, in fact, alcohol is kind of like a secondary, almost tertiary kind of thing. It should be like in the background, kind of like mezcal, where people always complain about the smoke in mezcal. A well-made mezcal, the smoke is tertiary. You won't even know the smoke is there until maybe your second or third or fourth pass. Then you'll start to taste it on your palate. Otherwise, it shouldn't be a factor. It looks
It says
gorgeous in
great
your
color,
glass.
and no, to me the aroma is really nice. It doesn't have it's just it's not aggressive, with the butterscotch and the oak and the vanilla. It seems very well balanced.
And by the way, when we say vanilla, it's real, okay, folks? It's not an
Oh,
additive.
yeah, vanilla
You
oak.
know,
The thing is also, like, this is really the aroma is really hitting more like a light añejo than a reposado. So I'm wondering if they took this the full,
the
12
full
months
yeah, the
age.
full 11 months and 200 and some odd days. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, that's my impression. I think that's what they're going for here, don't
Yeah,
you?
they went really deep. By the way, okay, not to shock anybody, but I did get some pricing on this, just some preliminary pricing. And I swore I would mention it, for the
Lay it
Blanco.
on me. I'm gonna
Dude,
go
the
out and shop.
Blanco, you know how we love the Blanco, right? 39.99.
Nice.
Seriously, $40 for that Blanco? The quality of that Blanco? Now here's another one that so it ranges from $40 to $43 on the Blanco. Okay. Now,
Very fair pricing. I mean, you don't find anything much less than that these days.
no, no, I was expecting to pay more because there's some Blancos that are very well done, and you're paying, close to 50, a little over $50 for the Blanco. Okay, this Reposado, 53.99.
Fair.
You know,
More than fair.
You're more than fair. Yeah, exactly. I got no problems with that. I would rather back up the truck. Look at the quality of this thing. And I wish we knew more about the aging and the processing. They didn't, unless you have notes, Jay, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with my nose because I'm getting a little bit of stone fruit, not dried fruit, but close to it. I'm getting like ripened fruit, like a ripened uh uh um what's the word I'm looking for? Ripened, not
I mean,
plums,
I
like
mean,
ripe
the amazing
plums.
thing about this reposado is it could easily pass for an añejo if you try to put it past
Oh yeah,
someone,
yeah, yeah.
which is cool because you're getting a lot of structure and a lot of depth of flavor. If you're looking for a nice reposado, you're definitely going to
Oh
get some value there.
gosh. There's a little caramel on the bottom there. There's you know, I gotta say, just from the nose, I haven't had any passes. Like I know Jay's already like diving in, but
No, I'm
just
about to,
just
but
on the nose, this thing is bold enough for a cigar. I think you're right, man. This is, you
yeah.
know what? This would make a great old fashioned, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's busting out like in a neighborhood, but it's a reposado. So now we have you have some great value of the angel share in this bottle, and so they definitely took their time in some kind of proprietary blend. I'm assuming, but it's
Well,
they
the
didn't make us aware of the barrels as far as I know what barrels they use, but
I think they're using
pretty
whiskey barrels,
classic, traditional. Jack Daniels.
probably. Yeah.
Or there might be some other bourbon barrels, bullet bourbon or something like that, in this process, but we'll find out.
Well, let's dive in and taste it because I'm ready, man. It's been a while since I've had any of this stuff. Like I said, I had to go find where I stashed this from myself because the first the first three bottles gone. So here we go. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my God. That tropical fruit that we talked about in the Blanco has just aged. It went from honeydew melon to honeydew. I like it, because I like it better than cantaloupe. It went from honeydew to cantaloupe. All the fruit that we had went from papaya to mango. It went from, it went. I gotta tell you, the only thing I didn't get was pear. The last
Mm.
time I got pear in an añejo was, remember the old school Chinaco? Remember the old bottles of Chinaco?
Oh wow, those were special. Yeah, that was a
Oh
vintage
my,
tequila.
yeah. And this was like a hair under, but wow. And then the everything else was still there. The mouthfeel, the spiciness that we got from the pepper on the Blanco turned into something maybe a little bit more like cinnamony, but not, it's not that hot. I was expecting a little bit hotter cinnamon I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I can see that the cinnamon factor definitely. But no, it's really well rounded and nice, kind of medium depth of flavor with this being a reposado. It's gorgeous, really. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
enjoyable. You can't really I can't find too much fault with this tequila. I think it's
No, I'm right here, man.
handsome packaging. It's a delicious tequila. Great finish. I'm going to go ahead and kind of embark on the finish one more time. But I
Okay,
see you got
well,
the Tequila
uh,
Aficionado brand of promise nominee
it's
sign
a
ready,
yeah, it's a brand of promise
ready
nominee.
to shout it up from the rooftops.
Oh, oh my goodness. My
Oh, it's starting
God.
to open up too now. So
That
I'm
that
starting to
little
get some
that little
more.
caramel butterscotch, it's just a hint, but it stays right at the bottom. And it's enchanting.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's
And
enchanting.
the aroma's starting to break out and open up a little more too. It's really
Well, he's got the
comes out the
Bormioli, so that's the glass he's using, the Sergio Bormioli, and those are the ones that I use for more of the aged spirits. So he's got the very appropriate glass for it. I'm getting just a hint of the baked, like a baked apple,
Oh yeah.
okay, but it's not very prominent. It's just in the background. Beautiful lip and gum numbness. It finishes dry too, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's not an over sweet factor, so it's got a nice balance, but finishing on the drier side, I think is a nice plus. It's got yeah, like you said, if an old fashioned with this would be knock your socks off, would be
Wow,
incredible.
yeah. And if you guys,
I almost want to look for some bitters. Make a lot of old fashions at
you
work lately,
you
but
know that the tequila's good when Jason gets inspired to make a cocktail because that's the kind of guy he is. He's like, it has to be something that really appreciable for him to go, let me find out what. And Alex is the same way. Alex is
yeah,
a cocktail guy. Uh, uh, if it's a well-made and well-rounded tequila, he's going to start looking for ingredients. He's going to start
this
making
would
stuff.
go amazingly with like an Amaro, in a stirred cocktail, a stirred tequila cocktail, Amaro Montenegro, or some of
Ooh,
the
ooh.
apricot liqueur, a touch of apricot
Yeah.
liqueur.
No,
Oh my
see,
God, it was
that's what I was getting.
outstanding.
That's
Yeah,
what I was getting. I haven't placed apricot in so long. That's what this is. It's like ripened stone fruit, like a ripened plum, but not
yeah.
really. It wasn't dried fruit like you normally get in an añejo or an extra añejo, depending on who you're getting it from. But the qualities that you're picking out on this, just the color alone, I'm impressed. You know, I wish I knew, how long it was being aged in a
That's an
barrel.
outstanding reposado.
Yeah,
What?
I got
Yeah, this is excellent, and it's really I mean, you're really getting a significant value if you buy this reposado because you're getting kind of getting like pretty much getting your foot in the door of the world of añejo tequilas. If this were for
yeah,
some reason somebody's first bottle of reposado that the young
yeah,
tequila drinker
you're knocking
purchased
on the
this, it'd be
door.
like
You're knocking on the
pretty
door.
pretty outstanding.
Now, again, 53.99 is what I'm looking at for the repo. And again, I'm just kind of tossing some of these that we're getting online because uh yeah, it says that there's some of the notes, and notes are normally all over the place. Floral accents, maybe. Uh, rosemary, anise, and dill. I don't normally get those in a reposado. You would say for me, you would save some of that stuff for a blanco. Uh, maybe he again, I don't take stock in a lot of the notes that I see online because they're usually all over the place. But I will tell you, this is one hell of a tequila. Oh
Yeah,
my
this is excellent.
God.
It's really a nice, and I'm getting the impression, the overall impression of this Patriarca tequila brand for me is in our communications with them and everything. It's just a very tradition is very important to them. It's very apparent, and so it's a really traditional process that they're using and a classic. They're not trying to jump on any kind of modern bandwagon of
No.
process or presentation, and it's just a killer old school tequila in a nice traditional presentation. And the fact that they've been Juan Pablo Aguilera and Selena Lopez Camarena have been they're not new to the agave growing industry, and so this brand is definitely out there, making a good impression. I'm really
I am too.
really impressed, and but everything they
Congratulations to
talked
them.
about with the tradition and the sharing it with your friends, and that's why we got an extra bottle to share with our family and friends. I really feel like that's pretty genuinely
It was very nice of them.
what they're going for. It's not like some marketing scheme. It's just like this
Yeah.
is our tequila that we drink with our friends and our families, and we want you to do the same. So I'm loving it. I think
Yeah,
it's
me too.
fantastic.
I am so impressed. I'm impressed as hell. I will tell you, let me give you a really quick rundown of where it's coming from. It is coming from a distillery called Inulina y Miel de Agave. That's 1605. We are aware that they have a diffuser on site. I have had, as a matter of fact, I talked about this particular brand off camera with Jason. I didn't do the review with him. I actually did it with Todd and our TJ in Denver. And Cambio comes out of this distillery. We have had Querido tequila. I think Eric and I did those tastings a couple of years ago. That is a brand that is owned by a couple of the offspring of the Romo family who owned Herradura. In fact, we interviewed one of them for our open bar. You might want to check it out on our YouTube channel. It was a great interview. What a great young guy. And the way they use the diffuser, the way they are, what they're known as traditionally using diffusers as a glorified shredder. So they are not using acid hydrolysis. They're not melting it
Okay.
down, and
Just as more of the mechanical partner.
right, right. And they are also since they grow their own agave, they wait at least 4, 5, 6 years. So they're not, when they start using 2 to 3 year old agave that they're gonna just melt that stupid thing down before they decide to shred it. And that's not how they're using the diffuser.
Well, no, with the Patriarca family's tradition of growing agaves, they're not going to be rushing that. They're going to be getting, 6 to 7 year old ripe agaves that are fully taking their time on that. You can tell.
Yeah, yeah, you can tell. So again, brand of promise nominee. If you folks have had it, tell us what you're doing with it. If you're watching us on YouTube, leave us a comment, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell too. Every time we drop a video, you'll be notified on your phone. You'll be the first ones to see it. Um, you know, eh, Follow us on our Instagram. You can follow Jay on his Instagram. What's your Instagram? What's your handle on Instagram?
Jay's agave, Jays agave.
Jay's Agave. Again, that's our take on El Patriarca. And again, just beware, you might have some cork issues, but other than that, for good juice, who cares, right?
If you see
Uh,
this out there, I would buy it. I would say grab it if you can because
you back
it's
up
a
the truck.
incredible value for Reposado, and it's probably not as the easiest to find so far, since the brand's still fairly new. But if you see it, I would be excited. If you're a tequila drinker and you like to, you're into tequila and you like to build your collection of tequilas, I would not hesitate. Just
Me
go
neither.
for
There you
it.
go. There you go. I got nothing else to say. That's our take. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there is.
Jay Silverman here in Arizona.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Please subscribe, follow us everywhere. Hey, subscribe to our magazine and newsletter. Check out the new website. Our website looks great. Everything's been revamped to celebrate our 25th anniversary coming up here in July. But whatever you folks do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely, friends.